In 1954, Plant Quarantine Institute, Ministry of Agriculture was established. In 1979, China Import and Export Commodity Inspection Technology Research Institute was established. In 2004, the two institutes were merged into Chinese Academy of Inspection and Quarantine. Time flies, and we emerged even stronger, with hard work and accumulation by generations of scientific researchers. Chinese Academy of Inspection and Quarantine has explored a road to the study of applied science so that it has become the national strength in the study of inspection, test, and quarantine. Chinese Academy of Inspection and Quarantine has been involved in food and farm produce safety, animal and plant quarantine, hygienic quarantine, chemical safety, industrial and consumable safety, cosmetics, equipment technology, and other fields, dedicated to the applied research of inspection, test, and quarantine, as well as the research of related foundations, high-tech and soft sciences, providing technical support for national policy making for inspection, test, and quarantine, comprehensive market supervision, and quality safety improvement. It has promoted the quality fundamental construction and market fair competition, thus having ensured the safety of consumers and national defense security. With the implementation of Making the Country Stronger by Quality and Made in China 2025 strategy, Chinese Academy of Inspection and Quarantine insists on taking scientific research as a center, focusing on national major strategic demands. Since the establishment of the Academy, it has undertaken 909 scientific research projects such as National Natural Fund, 863 Program, National Support Program, National Key Special Scientific Projects, and National Key Research and Development Plan, etc. It has been awarded 190 Scientific Achievement Awards of various kinds and 3 international awards. It has published 651 standards, has been awarded 4 authorized patents, and published 162 special works. Aiming at the international frontiers and following up development trends, Chinese Academy of Inspection and Quarantine starts its work by joining efforts with the World Health Organization, Codex, Alimentarius Commission, and other international organizations. With more international discourse rights, it has established cooperation with several famous domestic and foreign research organizations and higher education institutions, hence an increasing influence. Chinese Academy of Inspection and Quarantine focuses on development characteristics and advantageous development fields. It has built 13 provincial-level key laboratories, tens of featured test top laboratories, and it has possessed the most top-end inspection and test equipment that is at the internationally advanced level, and is the base for international scientific and technological cooperation in inspection and quarantine, and the demonstration base for training innovative talents, recognized by the Ministry of Science and Technology. Reform makes one forge ahead. Innovation makes one stronger. And both reform and innovation makes one win the victory. To speed up the finalization of scientific and technological achievements, Chinese Academy of Inspection and Quarantine has launched a series of methods for the encouragement of transformation of scientific and technological achievements and industrialization implementation on the basis of cross-regional, cross-department, cross-field, and cross-level business integration, which has mobilized the enthusiasm of scientific researchers. It has established the CAIQ test group. Earlier or later, it has established test organizations in several areas. It performs integration of enterprises under the Academy and sets up China Inspection National Control Group to make active foreign investment and promote the famous social fund organizations to be launched in the test markets. and it promotes the scientific and technological growth enterprise markets to be listed. It takes an active part in local economic construction and development and has entered into nearly 50 strategic cooperation agreements with local governments at different levels and related technical organizations. Moreover, it has established more than 30 United Research Offices and centers outside the Academy to promote the collaborative innovation in industries, learning and research, and speed up the high-quality development. The able can behave well and achieve more. The profound accumulation helps accomplish today's diversified power of Chinese Academy of Inspection and Quarantine, covering all the industrial chains. For years, Chinese Academy of Inspection and Quarantine has provided a great number of fair, authoritative, accurate, and scientific test technical services. In 2009, influenza A, H1N1, spread to the whole world. The nucleic acid test method for determining influenza A H1N1 virus, developed by CAIQ, was recommended by National Strict Preservation and Strict Control Technology Group and has widely applied at the ports. African swine fever broke out in China frequently in 2018. The last reagents for the diagnosis of African swine fever developed by Chinese Academy of Inspection and Quarantine have become the first lot of field fast test reagents for African swine fever as accepted by the nation. For food safety events one after another, and for substantial activities one after another that attract the world attention, Chinese Academy of Inspection and Quarantine always deal with them calmly and easily, and make silent contributions with its high sense of responsibility and sense of mission by means of ultra-high technical level and strength. The present world has entered the age of big data. Chinese Academy of Inspection and Quarantine's Big Data Center has integrated diversified data to form information achievements and depending on artificial intelligence and advanced demonstration technology, it has realized the automation, intelligence, and visualization of risk assessment, providing powerful technical support for national market supervision. Chinese Academy of Inspection and Quarantine's Biological Safety Class 3 laboratory serves as the first superior pathogenic microorganism laboratory of National Market Supervision Administration and Advanced Biological Safety Laboratory state system facilities, which have provided infrastructure guarantee for Chinese Academy of Inspection and Quarantine to cope with sudden public safety events in a timely manner, and the initiation of potential high-risk pathogenic tests and quarantine by law, as well as traceability analysis. It is talents that form the foundation of a country, provide good governance of a country, and thrive all undertakings of a country. The CAIQ boasts more than 1,200 staff members with scientific research personnel that account for over one-half, including more than 90 personnel with senior titles, 120 personnel with assistant titles, 120 doctors, and more than 220 masters. In 2014, at the 128th AOAC annual meeting, Pan Guofeng, academician of Chinese Academy of Engineering and chief scientist of Chinese Academy of Inspection and Quarantine, was awarded the Harvey Willey Award, the highest scientific honor issued by International Chemistry Association. So he has become the first Chinese scientist who has been awarded such a great honor. The establishment of the policy for chief scientists and chief specialists enables the Academy to form the working environment for respect for labor, knowledge, talents, and creation. The implementation of the Young Talent Program allows those younger people bold in exploration and innovation to be outstanding. which puts new vitality to the development of the Academy. Today, this scientific research team has become one of the mainstays in the development of China's inspection, test, and quarantine. The personnel from the CAIQ pursue the true scientific sentiments as well as a pragmatic development philosophy. At the end of 2014, we established the goal of domestic first class, an international well-known scientific research institution of inspection, testing, and quarantine, and developed the strategy of integration of research and business development. Since the 18th National Congress of the CPC, there have been great achievements made for the strategy of making the Academy stronger. The national level scientific research program financial aids tend to grow in adversity, and national scientific and technological awards have achieved the breakthrough of zero in invention awards. There have been remarkable achievements in the big market strategy. The three group companies have succeeded in building themselves, with the domestic layout of test markets promoted in a steady manner. The implementation of the big market strategy has laid a solid material foundation for the development of the business of Chinese Academy of Inspection and Quarantine, with rep-feeding scientific research that promotes the virtuous development. Advocating learning and morality, thinking carefully and practicing conscientiously is the spiritual world of the personnel from the CAIQ. Business accomplishment, life enjoyment, and return to society is the pursuit of the personnel from the CAIQ for values. Remaining true to its original aspiration and keeping its mission firmly in mind, Chinese Academy of Inspection and Quarantine will continue to provide technical support and service guarantee for the economic and social development, protect the high-quality development of the country, and make its greatest efforts to achieve the expectation of people's better life. We keep going. We pursue innovation. We march to the world.
Hello, good afternoon, everyone. Hi, good afternoon. My name is Joe. Hi. Okay, so before we start the webinar, I would just like to grab everyone's attention. I believe there is some technical issue with the Zoom link. So I think most of you who clicked the link to join would have attended this meeting as Nicole Heng. So if you see your name is not your real name, would you mind to just change your name and so that we can know who are you? Yeah, maybe you can check, is it your name? Your name, is it correct? Because I still see the majority of the participant is still using the same name. Okay, just a heads up. Okay, so if you are done changing your name, we would like to welcome you to today's webinar entitled "What Food Can We Export to China?" We are glad that you are here with us this afternoon. My name is Joe. Once again, I am with the sales team of Nexus Consultancy. So before we start the webinar, you have already seen a promotional video from our CAIQ group in China. We would also like to show you a brief video, a very short one, regarding Nexus TAC, which is us. So yeah.
Hi, welcome to Nexus Consultancy. We provide professional and strategic consultation services specializing in ISO management system standards on quality, environmental, food safety, and many other standards as well. At Nexus Consultancy, we combine our analytical thinking, improvement-centric approach, and results-oriented mindset to help businesses to grow through ISO certifications. Consulting is more than just giving advice. To us, consulting is about building the connection with customers, solving their problems, implementing the change, and at last, helping them to grow. Our company's purpose is very simple, which is to empower business and people. We have dedicated 12 years in helping businesses to grow and also achieve operational process improvement through ISO certifications. Having served thousands of companies, Nexus Consultancy has truly built a legacy in helping customers to achieve long-term business growth. We have served companies from GLCs, SMEs to big corporations from a wide range of industries. We will work closely with you to create a customized consultation as unique as you are, offering you a truly value-added service which can fulfill your business needs and objectives. We believe in what we do and we would also like to do it for you. Hi.
All right, so now you've seen the video. You know that we are from Nexus Consultancy Group. We are from Nexus TAC. We are an organization established to provide training and consultancy in all aspects related to management systems, like the ISO 9001 and various other ISOs. Our expertise is available for a wide range of industries, such as food industries, constructions, medical and healthcare, and many, many more. And also, Nexus Academy is also part of our company. Nexus Academy is also part of our company that does soft skill training for team and personal growth. And our motivational courses are customized based on training analysis and research gap. We understand the needs of the company prior to training. And most importantly for today, we are honored to be partnered with CAIQ from China. Actually, since last year, we have already built a strong business relationship with CAIQ in order to provide you a one-stop solution center for all your China exportation consultation needs. So our services include training, which will provide you the information you need about China requirements. We do lab testings for your product. We do trademark for your product name in China and Malaysia. We do traceability for your product, and we do certification and registration for your product. The industries we cover are inclusive of food, special food, cosmetics, agriculture, and aquaculture. Tenant Technology Sdn Bhd is also working alongside with us to provide you digital solution to your manufacturing businesses. So products and services offered by Tenant include this real-time monitoring and control for your machines, centralized cloud-based web or mobile app dashboard, autonomous and fully adaptable to the ever-changing environmental condition. To sum up, the digitalization of your manufacturing provided by us can give you the 3 times faster deployment and even 3 times faster ROI. So this is some brief information about Nexus and our business partners. Nexus, together with our business partners, we are here to help your business grow. Okay, once again, thank you everyone for joining. And we are overwhelmed by today's participants. We have almost 100 of them. And I just would like to highlight once again to everyone who just joined, I believe there is some technical issues with the Zoom link. If you join, you are most likely your name has been changed. So if you look at your name once again, if you see that your name is not your name, please do change your name so that we can know who are you. Maybe later when you post your questions in the Q&A, we can know that, oh, it is from you. So please do take note on that. Okay, before we proceed, I would like everyone, there is one poll question I would like everyone to fill up. Maybe I can get my moderator, you help me to release it. Yeah, it's just a very simple question. I think you can finish it in 10 seconds. I'll let everyone answer first. Okay, very quickly, the poll results for today is actually related to our topic. So the first question is that, are you currently exporting your products to China? I think we have 50% of us here who is exporting and 50% here who is currently not exporting. Okay, next is, do you intend to export your products to China in the near future? And I think the majority of us here today who joined is yes lah. That's a good news because today you actually get to know a lot of info personally from us. We will share with you regarding some of the requirements as well as what food can we export to China. And last but not least, how did you hear about this seminar? We have 39% is through friends, and the next is 21% from Nexus TAC. Okay, all right. So thank you all for taking part in the poll question. So I would like to highlight some online seminar ethic before we proceed. We appreciate that everyone's microphone is muted at all times during the training. This is to provide a smooth and uninterrupted session. So if you have any question for the speaker, please write it in the chat box and the speaker will get back to you at the end of this webinar. So without further ado, let me introduce you to our honorable speaker for today, Dr. Ching. Dr. Ching is the CEO of CAIQ Test Innovation Malaysia Service Center. She is the coordinator in Malaysia by Joint Laboratory of China ASEAN Traditional Medicine since July 2018. And of course, her studies is also related to this. She has a Bachelor of Honors in Food Science and Nutrition, Masters in Food Science, and PhD in Food Science as well. She has more than 15 years of research experiences in food science, nutrition, and technical marketing of food ingredients. She is a professional member of the Malaysian Institutes of Food Technologies and Nutrition Society of Malaysia. So without further ado, I would like to pass the following time to Dr. Ching to share with us on today's topic, what food can we export to China? I'll pass the time to you, Dr. Ching. Just 1 second. Yeah, so while we are waiting for Dr. Ching, I can still see that some of us here, the name is still haven't changed yet. So for those who just came in, I would just like to highlight this again to everyone. We are currently experiencing some technical issue with the Zoom link, and if you join us, you probably your Zoom name have already changed to another person, which is currently is known as Nicole Heng. So please do change your name and so that we can know who are you, because actually the invitation link was intended for Nico Heng, and I think this is like a technical issue. So if you just very quickly can check your name. Is Dr. Ching around? I think Dr. Ching, I saw her in the chat, right?
Yeah, finally you unmute me. I still cannot see how to on the video because the whole thing is a bit blurred by okay, now you make me start my video. Yeah, I can't control anything here, no? Joe, are you with me here?
Yep, I'm with you here. I think
I saw from the screen you can control the screen, but my screen is all totally out. My screen is totally out. Yeah.
Hold on, yeah.
This never happened before. I'm sorry for everyone. For those who can see me, I can't see myself. Whether anyone can hear me or not? Can everyone hear me there?
Okay, no problem.
Yeah, okay, right? Okay. Okay, so can we go back to the first slide? I can't, am I controlling here? You can control the screen. Sorry.
Our slide already freezed.
Yeah, here also. Okay, why don't we do this without wasting any more time? Joe, can you help me to control the slides? Yep. Don't make me host. You control the slide again. Okay?
Actually, the slide now is with Nicole, so I will have to let her to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think she's doing it now.
Okay.
Hi.
Sorry, everyone. Can we go back to the my first slide? Yeah. Sorry, everybody. Technical issue happens sometimes, yeah. But this is the first time I encounter actually with Zoom. Joe? Yeah, Nicole, what happened to the slides? I can't see my, okay, why don't you make me share screen instead? Yeah, let me share my own screen.
Let Dr. Ching share screen.
Yeah, let me share screen. Thank you. I'm sorry to all participants. Okay. Make me host and I will share screen.
Okay, I think you can share screen now.
Okay, better still. Okay, yeah. Okay. So everyone, can you share my slide, my screen? Yep. Joe? Yep. Yeah, is it good? Okay, finally. Thank you very much. Thank you for being patient with us. I'm so sorry with all this technical issue. So let's start today, our webinar today. What Malaysian food can we export to China? This is actually a very important topic today because we actually will discuss about how, not only what type of food, but also how to define the food. Because today, a lot of you, I saw from the participation list earlier, we have some regulatory officers from food production company. I think those of you who are very familiar with Food Act and Regulation, the Malaysian Food Act and Regulation, today I will touch a little bit further into the China Food Act and things like that. Okay, so do bear with me because might be a little bit not just a simple what and what, you know. Okay, let's go to the next slide. Okay, today I will go into the details with three major areas. We call it in Santa Ban Kuai. I will also mix a little bit of Chinese today. First, I will focus on imported food safety legal system regulations, and then I will go into introduction of access procedures for food and agricultural products exported to China. And then the last one is provision on the registration and administration of overseas production enterprise of imported food. And the last part is very important. So please stay with us until the last part because there are a lot of new rules, new regulation, new implementation that I will share at the last part of this webinar. First of all, we go with the very first easier one, pre-packed food. So what is pre-packed food? With all these pictures, these are for illustration purpose only. I'm trying to tell you, we have different form of food here in tea bag, a very famous one, 3-in-1 coffee mix from Malaysia. You know, China, they love our 3-in-1 coffee. Okay, maybe you think of to export your sambal paste, your curry paste, all this type of paste, or your oil product, and biscuit and snack. Okay, pre-packed food itself. This is not just the pre-packed food that I'm talking about here. These are all the forms. But how do we define actually? Pre-packed food is actually as pre-quantified or prepared in packaging materials and container and has a uniform quality or volume label with a certain amount. Okay, if you see this first sentence, you will find the wording that volume label. It is very, very important that as a pre-packed food, you already label the quantity, whether it's in kilogram, in gram, or ml, you know. So all this volume is already labeled. Okay, And the second condition to be categorized as pre-packed food is all these individual small packaging or any in a larger container not to be sold individually. What does it mean? Let's say you have a one big bag of coffee, okay? Then you have a 15 sticks sachet inside or any beverages. You cannot store individually, okay? So it is what it is, okay? So all the labeling at outside, okay? And another one, it depends on the ingredient, dosage, and in the list. You might think your product is just an ordinary pre-packed food, but some of your ingredients, or the dosage of the ingredients, it is not under pre-packed food anymore. Okay, then it might be under supplements, special food, or is it food, or actually it's actually agricultural products, okay, fruits or herbs. Okay, we'll go into the details later. So what is supplement? Okay, is it in gummy form, powder, energy bars, drink capsule, or any tablets? Again, I want to emphasize it's not based on the form of the product. Okay, it's not based on the form of the product only. It will also based on what is inside, what are the ingredients, what are the dosage. Okay, so definition for supplement is must claim to have specific health function or of the purpose of, why is it running? Okay, purpose of supplementing vitamins and mineral, okay, but not for the purpose of curing any disease. Okay, there is a GB which is 国标 under national safety or something. Okay, national food safety standard for health food. Okay, it might be presented in the small forms of whether it's in the liquid form, droplets or any forms, but not in the purpose that you need to inject. Okay, anything that you need to inject then it's not under health food. Okay, some technical issue just now also. Okay, let's see what are actually the rules and regulation in China. 六大法则 6 major regulation. Okay, it is about 中国人民共和国海关法. Okay, for custom. Okay, then of course you have 食品安全法, that means the food safety. Okay, you have the 进出口商品检验法, inspection and quarantine, and you have the 动植物检疫法, then quarantine. 检验 检验 is inspection, 检疫 is quarantine. Okay, in Chinese we all have to know 检验, 检疫, 检测 all at a different wording and definition. Okay, then you have the 卫生检疫法, the quarantine issue, and also the last one, number 6, 生物安全法, which is the biosafety. Okay, for biosafety. It is all the prevention, especially right now at this pandemic. There are a lot of new rules coming out actually. Okay, let's go into, yes, I do have a lot of Chinese wording there, but I will have an English version later. This is general technical requirements for import and export of food classification. Okay, there are total of 22 groups here. Okay, what are these 22 groups? First, dairy and its products. These are all, again, as food, but again, based on the limits, based on whether it is exceeding the limit, then it has to be categorized as supplement. Okay, dairy and its function, okay, and its products, I mean dairy products, okay, meat and its products, aquatic and its product. Okay, the first one, dairy and its product. Yes, Malaysia can export dairy product to China. Meat that inclusive of chicken, inclusive of beef, inclusive of even pork, I mean swine, and as well as what we call this goat meat. Malaysia cannot export meat and its product to China at the moment. Okay, at the moment. Okay, aquatic and its product. Okay, yes, Malaysia is exporting a lot there. Okay, we just have a new 2 companies approved to export aquatic. Okay, eggs and its product. At the moment, Malaysia also, if you are categorized under eggs and its product, like liquid eggs, all this, you actually cannot from Malaysia because it's under the G2G things. Okay, number 5, vegetable and its product, grain and its products. Yes, we are exporting. Fruits and its products. Again, it depends on what type of fruits. Okay, nuts and its product, edible oil and its products, cocoa. Yes, we are exporting. Sugar and sweetener, flavorings, chilled drinks and jelly. Yes, alcoholic drinks, tea and coffee, baked food, special diet food. Number 19 and 20, 21st, 22nd, please pay a little bit more attention here. 19 on edible mushroom. Okay, and 20th is something I want to catch your attention. Okay, 21st, genetically modified food, radiated food. 21st, health food and medicinal food, homologous food. Okay, what does it mean? Okay, in Chinese word, we call it 药食同源. Okay, 药食同源. Why I want you to focus here? Because Malaysia, sometimes we do have a lot of customers come and ask about, can we export bak kut teh, like bak kut teh, all this, because you do have something like, wolfberry, dates, all these are actually, they are actually food, but at the same time, they do carry medicinal, traditional Chinese medicinal food function. That means it's because of that there is under this category. Then it has to be based on the list whether Malaysia can export this type of herbs to China or not. Okay, that is called 药食同源. And number 22nd is the others, which is other than this category. Okay, imported common food, which is also prepacked food, is the easiest one to go into China. Why is it so? You can see here, we are having the prepacked food. Okay, you reach China, the China custom, okay, do sampling, everything, and then you go into China. After custom release you, then you go to the market circulation, then you falls under the jurisdiction of China State Administration of Market Regulations. Okay. So for prepacked food, that on April 23rd, China already announced that, this is 2019, announcement on matters related to the inspection, supervision, and management of import-export prepacked food labels. Okay, you no longer need a CIQ number. For those who are familiar, export before, it's called 商检号. Okay, you do not need a 商检号 for the prepacked food, but you want to make sure that your label is compliance accordingly. I mean your food packaging label. Okay, we'll touch a little bit on that also later. Another one, we are talking about health food or supplements. These are the products before you go to China, you already need to register with Special Food Safety Supervision and Management Division under State Administration of Market Regulation. What does it mean? That means you actually have to register your food first. Okay, 也就是说，你就是必须先在国家市场监督管理总局特殊食品或者是药品里边去做备案。Okay, you need to register first. Okay, then you need to get the number. Okay, you need to get the certificates. Only then you can go to China custom and then accordingly still pass through some sampling or anything. Then you go into the China market. So basic requirement, regardless what type of product you are in food or whether you are in supplements, you still need to comply accordingly for the product labeling. Okay, labeling that inclusive of ingredient list review. All the ingredients and dosage used in the product must be allowed by China custom. There are certain products that can allow from Indonesia or Thailand to China, but not from Malaysia to China. Things like that. Because like Malaysia, we between G to G, also because of the country, whether they are currently suffering any disease or anything. So all this has to be make sure you don't want your container reach there, everything only that's stuck at your port. Okay, then labeling requirements, nutritional information, the storage condition, net content, as I mentioned earlier, the quantity of it is very important. Shelf life, how do you label shelf life is very important. It's very different from Malaysia. Here we actually put expiry date. In China, they actually like they want you not like you insist it is mandatory to put manufacturing date and then shelf life 保质期. That means let's say your manufacturing date is today, then your shelf life is 3 years from now or 18 months from now, things like that. So it's manufacturing date and shelf life, not the expiry date. So allowable claims on pre-packed food, okay, must be true and accurate, easily be understand, standard Chinese character. Your packaging is okay to have no Chinese character, but you have to have white color sticker to stick on top of it. Okay, because it shows that this is, I mean, for what I'm showing you, like this product is from Japan. Okay, in the picture here, it doesn't have any Chinese word, is okay. But if you have, then you can just put a white color sticker at the back. Okay. And then your nutritional labeling and testing, that you must have a CNAS and CMA qualification testing report to support your nutritional labeling. Okay. So we always say let's come back to Malaysia here. Okay. Let's talk about the packaging logo that we always have in our Malaysian food going to China. You see the MSP, GMP, HACCP. Not only that, for even agriculture product, you have MyGet, My Organic, Halal, DHM, all these Department of Veterinary Services, Bottom Malaysia, and all this. These are all the logos that you are allowed to put on your packaging, of course, with the compliance of the local authority approval. But again, you still have to have the labeling according to China requirement. Allowable claims on pre-packed food. Okay, allowable claim. It should be easy to understand, have a scientific basis. You should not label any superstitious, pornography, depreciation of other foods. You cannot actually compare other food and say yours is better than them and things like that. You cannot. Okay, anything that violates the common sense of nutrition science. Okay, this is very important. It shall be true and accurate, shall not introduce food in any form of false, exaggerated, misleading, okay, in any graphic that mislead consumer, okay, any color, size, and everything. So size does matter, in China, even for the labeling, your, what we call that, your quantity, your volume must be biggest among all the wording that actually show. But it doesn't matter what you are currently selling at your packaging, because at the end of the day, it's based on the white color sticker that you put on top. Unless you want to change it, it's okay, but you have to comply accordingly. Okay, number 3, should not directly or in suggestive language or graphic any symbols that mislead consumer to confuse the current purchased food to have a certain function or any nature of the food with another product. Okay, contents that have the effect of preventing. Now, this is very important. If you have, sometimes we try to say our food is a functional food, okay? Preventing, treating disease, should not be marked or implied. And not unless you are under health food category, under supplements, okay? Or else a non-health food should not express or imply that they have health functions. This is very, very important, because Malaysia, sometimes we do have a lot of products, right? We have this type of indication, Okay, actually, these are some of the claims that from allowable by Ministry of Health Malaysia. But does it allow in China? If it's allowed, what is allowable dosage? For instance, beta-glucan. Beta-glucan is very common. Okay, for those here are familiar with food, that with inulin, oligofructose. Okay, like prebiotic, as prebiotic, plant sterol, stearic acid. All these things are allowable by Malaysia Ministry of Health to claim on the food. But whether it's allowed in China or not, let's go to product-specific discussion, because there are certain products allowed you to claim, certain product doesn't allow you to claim. Okay, and if it's allowed, what is the dosage? So nutritional labeling, okay, nutritional labeling describe the nutrient content of a food, because just now we are talking about labeling, labeling, total overall labeling. Okay, then nutrition labeling, of course, the nutritional facts, the small chart, nutritional facts talking about the calorie, protein, fat, any trans fat, all this. Yeah, these are all nutritional labeling. Is declared as a table in one section of the food label. Okay, and you at the same time that you label the core nutrients, which is mandatory. There are optional nutrients, which is product based. Both must be declared. Okay, based on your product. There are certain food you just have to declare the basic, like calorie, like and in China, the calorie also need to label in joule, kilojoule. Okay, and to your protein content, your fat, but at those optional one, for instance, you need to label trans fat for certain product. Okay, if anything that contains palm from Malaysia, if anything that you contain palm, maybe your 3-in-1 coffee, or maybe your biscuit, anything that contain palm, if you put in your ingredient list contain palm, you need to do trans fat. This is a product-based optional nutrient, but it is mandatory as well. Okay, both must be declared. Okay, I can just give you an example here. Okay, so we also provide both services to make sure that your product is compliant accordingly. Okay, this one I want to share with you because while I was reading, I was actually very impressed to see that this is the market in China now for health food, or we call it 美容保健品, 保健品 because it's also for beauty, for healthy and also for beauty. You can see the amount is talking about estimated by 2022, the market share will be 25 billion yuan. Okay, billion yuan. So this is the amount that we are talking about here. Yes, I want to show you a small picture here. 小蓝猫, okay? 蓝猫, or the blue hat, is a special logo for China's health food. Just like Malaysia, here we have MAL number. In China, they have this small hat as a logo. Okay, it is sky blue and it's a hat shape. So it's commonly known as blue hat or little blue hat. 有些人叫它小蓝猫，有人叫它蓝帽子. Okay, but all these product that you see with the 蓝帽子, it has to be registered, is referred as a health food approved by the State Food and Drug Administration. Okay, and I put the yellow color there, G or J. Why is it I put so? Okay, you see the picture here. Okay, I can use the highlight, right? Okay, you see the picture here. This is a G number, right? Okay, G number means locally produced in China. If J means imported. Okay, so from Malaysia, you export to China. So when we apply for you to get your number and everything, it will be in the J, and this is the year, your number. Okay, validity, once you register your product for 小蓝猫, okay, for your blue hat, it's valid for 5 years. Okay, and then it's renewed. Okay, so let's go to the next slide. Hey, why is it no? Okay. And okay, lately, China has released several new policy. There are new route alternative for registration scheme for this health supplement under blue cap categories. Okay, it's a blue hat 蓝帽子 is still under blue hat categories, but for coenzyme Q10, Ganoderma spore powder, spirulina, fish oil, melatonin, there is a faster track. Why is it called the faster track? As long as you comply to the requirement at how many percent and so on as the active ingredient, then your registration only needs about 6 to 9 months, or else you need a bit longer, like 9 to 12 months. Okay. So nutrition labeling, this is a sample of our report. Okay, is a SINAS and CMA qualification. Okay, and everything is based on GB standard. For those who are not very sure, GB stands for 国标, that means 中国国标. Okay. Okay, why I want to touch on this? Okay, if you see there, 国家市场监督管理总局, 国家知识产权局, National Intellectual Property Administration. Okay, China IPO. Okay, 市场监督, because a lot of product go into China, you spend so much for the testing, for the approval, everything, then your product is not registered as trademark in China. Okay, it's not a TMR. Okay, TM, for those who are TM, you are receiving a certificate like this. Okay, Malaysian can also apply. Okay, it doesn't mean that you have to have a China company in China, only then you can apply for trademark. No. Okay, even your company is based in Malaysia, you can apply. Okay, but once, okay, after you TM, that means solely, that means they already received your application, they will go through all the checking and everything. Once you're approved, you will get a certificate like this with R. Okay, the address will be your own address. Okay, that means your Malaysia company address, owner is your, it is very important. Okay, because if you go to the China market, then you, as I said, you registered already, everything, and then you realize your brand name is someone's brand. Okay, then you will get into big trouble. Okay, so okay, I finished the first part already. Let's focus on the second part. Introduction of access procedures for food and agriculture product. Just now I talked about food, I talked about health food, okay, supplements. Okay, now we focus about food and agriculture product. So agriculture product, Malaysia export a lot of agriculture product. In fact, I was checking the statistic this morning, right, for the export. Agriculture product drops a little, but not as scary as other industry. Okay, during this latest statistic this morning from Department of Statistics Malaysia. Okay, fresh fruit, Malaysia fresh fruit allowable to be imported into China. 8 types. Okay, in picture you can see that longan, watermelon, this mangosteen, papaya, lychee. Do we produce here? I'm not so sure. Okay, pineapple. Okay, There are rambutan and coconut. Why no durian? Why you don't see durian here? Because durian is not under fresh food. Okay, here is fresh fruit. 新鲜果. Okay, 鲜果. Malaysia durian can only export to China as 冷冻. That means it must be frozen. Okay, frozen durian puree without seed, 果泥. Okay, frozen durian pulp, 果肉 with seed but without husk, or our 带壳榴莲, frozen whole fruits with husk. The requirements are actually different. Okay, these are some of the requirements. For durian pulp and durian puree without the husk, it must be frozen at -30 or below for 30 minutes at least. Okay, whole fruit for with husk, frozen at -80 to -110 for no less than 1 hour. Okay, there are people who ask me, can orchi go out or not? Different species of durian can our udang merah, 红霞. Different type, D197, D24, different D. So actually it's based on the scientific name. Okay, it's based on the scientific name. Okay, then the transportation at -18 or below throughout the whole logistic. This is important. Transportation at -18 or below throughout your whole logistic. That means it's under cold chain. Okay, because of it's under cold chain, there's another new requirement actually. And approved packaging plant. Okay, your packaging plant of frozen durian export to China must be filed with from China's side, right? They say MOA because now we are under Ministry of Food, Agriculture and Food Industry, MAFI. But in China, when they registered, everything is under MOA. Okay, so now we call it Ministry of Agriculture and Food Industry, approved by GACC, which is General Administration of Customs, 海关, 中国海关, and the list actually can be found on GACC website. Okay, export requirements. Before you go out, the whole supply chain, is from orchard management to processing plant management to packaging requirement and inspection and quarantine before export. Okay, you need my gap. Okay, you see there, I put a picture with the durian, with the net and things like that, because there are requirements that all the durian cannot touch the soil because the soil contains the possible soil microorganism. Okay, so this is the thing that you have to comply accordingly. So your durian farm, go for your MyGap. Okay, then your GMP for your processing plant. Okay, you need certificates of origin, certificates on conformity, and phytosanitary certificates. Okay, accordingly. So these are all the certificates before you actually go, and then when you reach the China port of entry, any China port of entry, then they will check all these documents accordingly. Let's talk about a little bit of aquatic food, fish and fishery products. Okay, in Malaysia, export aquatic products under Food Safety and Quality Control Ministry of Health. Okay, those have to comply to Malaysia exporting procedures of aquatic products. So I want to catch a little bit of your attention here. I talk about durian. Okay, durian is actually fruits, right? But it is under cold chain product. Okay, aquatic product is under cold chain product as well. Okay, so you might say, why is it the COVID-19 and so on? But it's because of the cold chain product. This is actually, we call it WHO controversial to say it was controversial until lately. Okay, previously it was WHO was claiming that actually it doesn't go through with food. Okay, frozen food is not a coronavirus transmission, not a media. Okay, food and food packaging is not a media. But still, you want to enter China, right? You have to comply to the China requirement. So China actually has already make it very clearly, all the frozen whole chain product, chill also, frozen also, they will actually have to have the COVID-19 test before can enter. Okay, what does it mean? Okay, all your container will reach China port of entry. Okay, regardless of which port, because at the moment there are certain port only allowed in China. Is like that, certain product only allowed to certain port. Okay, but at the port itself, what they will do? They will do COVID-19 swab test. Okay, they will make sure that is negative. Okay, they will do fumigation. Okay, Then together with the health cert, only then they will release from your quarantine to allow your what we call your container to be released from your importer. Okay. So these are all the cases that in COVID in China that they detected. Okay, the COVID-19 foodborne transmission, they found it in Qingdao, in Xi'an, in Dalian, in Yantai, all these areas, Xiamen, Shenzhen, they also detected. So this is why it is very important for you to understand this. China is really, like this morning, I just received the news. They just banned a few Portuguese company because of this. Anyway, to cut the matter short, I just share with you some statistics. This is 2021, February 5th. China Customs has actually tested 1.49 million samples of imported cold chain food. Okay, they actually will go into each and every container to open and to do the swab accordingly. Okay, and how many percent and so on, depends on the product, but that is under the standard. Okay, for the novel coronavirus, 79 samples turned out positive. Oh yeah, you might say only from 1.49 million is only 79 samples, right? But they have suspended 129 suppliers from 21 countries import to China, where any employees have been infected with the virus. But at the same time, 110 companies voluntarily halted and stopped their export to China. This is actually till February 25th. What about after that? Okay, State Administration for Market Regulation say this. Okay, Chinese state on all the product from the export for any countries in the world, you have to have the traceability management system. Okay, to prevent the risk of COVID-19 through imported cold chain food. Okay, take the notes and pay attention to this cold chain food. Okay, comprehensively promoting the construction of traceability management platform, because cold chain product is not only your aquatic or your durian. If you are exporting any ice cream, or if you are exporting those in cold chain, you also have to be able to have all this traceability management system. Okay. Okay, this is the important one. 2021, our June 8th. This is about with WHO on China National Health Commission. They actually released this for this global traceability study on the WHO for China part. The report lists 4 possible ways for the emergence of coronavirus assessed by International Joint Expert Group, and they identified that cold chain food supply chain is considered as a possible way. Okay, so in China market, they will do swab tests not only for cold chain. Okay, even for food and food packaging also they will do. They release this. Okay, this is how this through different you can see here. Okay, let's a bit here. This is the possible. This is under food. This is cold chain food. I mean, this is the possible pathway for COVID-19 to enter China. So they are very paying attention on this. Okay, so can imported cold chain food still be sold? These are the questions that are being asked in China actually. How many barriers do you have to go through before your imported cold chain food is on the market? How do we test imported cold chain products? What happens if you eat contaminated food? These are all the questions I take out from those in the market, in China market, inland market, how they've been talking and educating the customers. Anyway, I wanted to share with you the standards on the food and food packaging surface was released by CAIQ, okay, in 2020, 30th December. If you watch the video earlier, if you join us from the very beginning, you will see that CAIQ also come in during the swine flu, avian flu, so during this pandemic also we are very busy. So we have this CAIQ standard on food and food packaging on PCR detection method. Okay, this is the standard that we released. Okay, you can see there, it's implemented. Okay, so last but not least, before everyone start wondering where is bird nest. Okay, so talking about bird nest, Malaysia bird nest can go into China in 3 forms. We have Mao Yan, okay, we have Jing Yan, we have bottle EVN. So why I don't want to elaborate so much here, because a lot of you already know. Okay, as a bird nest product, you need to be listed as well. Okay, audited, listed accordingly. Okay, after I think I'm still on time. Let's focus on the third part, that provision on the registration and administration of overseas production enterprise of imported food. Okay, this is going to be implemented. This is going to be implemented in 2022. Okay, so it's already announced on May this year, but next year onwards, regulation will begin to be effective. It was saying that it will replace the old ASIC, what we call the publication, the rules and regulation that published in 2012 and 2018. So article number 7, there are a lot of articles, like, all this act, food act, there are a lot of articles. I want to get your attention here. Competent authority of the country where the overseas production enterprise of the following food are located shall be recommended to the GACC for registration. If you are exporting this type of product, you need to be compliant to the local authority requirement. Okay, each and every department, as I mentioned just now. Okay, get them to list, to suggest to GACC, to hand in to GACC and to be listed. You need to be listed in the list, which means 疏华名单. You have to be listed in the list before you can export. Okay, then you will be given the number. Okay, the number. Your meat and meat products, as I said, we are not exporting that. Casing, Malaysia also not allowed to export to China. Aquatic product, yes. Dairy product, yes. Bird nest product, yes. Bee products, which is like honey and so on, yes. We can export bee product to China. Okay, honey, Malaysia honey can export. The egg and egg products are not allowable at the moment. Edible fat and oil, yes. Stuffed pasta, edible grains, any grain milling like malt product and all this, oatmeal, all this we can export to China. Fresh and dehydrated vegetables, dry beans, seasoning, depends on what type of vegetable, depends on what beans, what nuts, what type of seeds, okay, what type of dried fruits, okay. Then roasted coffee beans and cocoa beans, special dietary food, healthy food. As I mentioned earlier, if you are healthy food and all this, your premises, your production also need to be registered accordingly. Article 11, okay, I just take a few important ones to share with you. On Article 11, it was saying that all the materials has to be submitted in both languages, English and Chinese to submit, okay? Upon the agreement by relevant country, which is they are exporting here, that means from Malaysia and China, on the registration method and application materials, okay? Agreement shall be implemented. So the product itself, okay, let's base on the product just now. Any products here, okay, it must be like Malaysia side also agree. I mean, it's a G2G bilateral already agreement. What are the things that, okay, what are the requirements from here? You need to get what are the status, like a GMP, HACCP. And then China will also recognize that accordingly. Okay, then based on the agreement, they will focus on what agreed upon. Okay, nothing less. Okay, nothing more also. Okay, Article 12, competent authority of the country. That means here, Malaysia, where it is located. Okay, responsible for the authenticity, completeness, and legality of the submitted materials. So local authority has to make sure everything is correct and accordingly lah. Okay, why I wanted to make all this statement to you? Because China will not send in physical team to do physical audit from 2022 onwards. Okay, for those who are waiting for to be audited, okay, they are not going to come in physically anymore. Okay, GACC, by entrusting relevant agency, they can conduct evaluation and review of overseas production enterprise of imported food applying for registration as written inspection, okay, video inspection. It can be on-site inspection as well, or any forms of in combination. Okay, you will check all the documents, your written inspection, at the same time if they're required for a video inspection. Okay, it doesn't say that if compulsory they will do carry on the video inspection. If they wanted to randomly take a few, then they will. Okay, on-site inspection together with the local authority. Okay, overseas production enterprise of imported food and competent authority of the country will need to assist evaluation and review work. Okay, so accordingly, if bird nest, BBS, your durian, anything, the local authority accordingly will need to prepare. So having said so, I wanted to take some of your time to talk about traceability. Okay, so you've been hearing about traceability. So why is it important in China? Traceability is important for prevention of any disease that come into China. Okay, at the same time, it's also for the authenticity of the product to show that this product is really from this country and so on. So you see the latest aquatic product, right? The COVID-19 swab test, everything. If they detected, it's in their KPI that they must be able to trace within 5 minutes to who is exporting that. Okay, who, from which country, is from which processing plant, which number, accordingly. Then they will inform the local authority what from this plant has been detected with this batch, So talking about this, from this 2019 May, in Ministry of Commerce, Ministry of Industry and Information Technology, Agriculture, Rural Affairs, and China Customs, State and National Market Regulation, all this in China agreed upon to coordinating the construction of the traceability system for import products such as meat, vegetables, and Chinese medicine. Okay, if any medicinal system or what we call your product is health food category, please do that. This is the official announcement lah. If you ask me, the official announcement there, you can see is the red head, the 红字头. Okay. At the same time, also in 2016, they also talking about to establish a full process traceability collaboration mechanism for the quality and safety of edible agricultural products. Okay, so especially focus in infant formula food, meat products, dairy products, all this, to have a traceability system in China. So these are the announcements. Okay, so I wanted to introduce to you, actually we'll give you some example to try and see. Okay, the sticker of CAIQ sticker. Okay, what we do here, we do have the customer introduction. We form a strategic cooperation with the customers to do the product traceability testing, even for processing plant audit. At the same time, your product marketing model. Okay, what are the information? You can see that corporate qualification, all the raw material control will be able to insert into such a small sticker. Okay, China, they like to just 扫一扫, they just take out their phone using your WeChat and all these things to go with it. So a small sticker like this, if you can see that, 减课追溯, that means it's all the sticker actually, every piece of this sticker doesn't come from my office in Shah Alam. It actually come from China, Beijing. Okay, so every piece of it, you have a scratch coating, password input, all this, at this bottom here. Okay, let me show you. Okay, this one, you at the bottom here, you can actually scratch. There's number inside. Okay, you can key in a number to make sure this is the real and authentic sticker. Okay, so talking about this traceability sticker, CIQ has a successful experience in bird nest industry. Okay, each and every factory have your own special code, special factory, special number, one product, one code. It's not going to be repeat. If your sticker spoil or something, then you have to void it accordingly. We were going to activate each and every piece of sticker that's why we need to provide all this by training and all these things. So what is going to be inside? What is going to be inside? I will show you. Okay. Okay. Why is it not moving? Okay. Okay, we provide this environmental monitoring program and traceability platform whereby we will do all the file processing, your pictures, or on-shelf platform. We activate the platform for you. Also, at the same time, we will get all this information inclusive of domestic port of entry communication. Okay, we need to know exactly which port you are entering. Okay, your domestic dealer who is going to clear your product from the custom. And then we provide consultation service and training accordingly. Okay, so on all of this, we do have this foreign production environment processing plant supervision and audit. Okay, we provide the scope of audit that inclusive production related process, your production environment. Okay, we review and preparation of the report. We do sampling testing, we do laboratory testing, and all this audit report we will issue to you accordingly, and also upload into the small stickers platform. Okay, So just now for those in the video, you see this is the big data center. Each and every piece of sticker is going to be in the big data center in CAIQ Beijing. Okay, and this big data center, it actually is under 国家信息平台, which is China, the 信息, their what we call that, the platform lah. Okay, this is what you will see as a user. Okay, for those who actually registered and try to use this traceability, this is what you will see. Okay, is because this is for global, so it's actually got English and Chinese two wording. So what will you get? Okay, because you must be wondering why I want to. Is it just, we are not selling stickers? You know, we are not just selling any stickers. You do have works to do also, but you can just let us know, then we will do accordingly for you. But what are the information you obtain? Okay, you see that English and Chinese. Okay, you will have this. I go to the English one. Okay, you can change the language in the platform. You will be given the password and your username, and you can change your password after that. Okay, if you don't want us to see. Okay. Okay, so this is your entering. Then you will have your company batch statistic. In fact, it's helping you to do your every batch statistic as well. Okay, you will know exactly every month how much your product has stick all these stickers and so on. Okay, and this is the page you will see. One of the page you will see is actually the China map. Okay, why is it important? You will actually know that your product has, how many of your product has reached China. Okay, at which port people actually scan the QR scanner. Okay, the stickers get scanned, the time and the location of sticker scan. Okay, I show you how it was shown. Okay, we will upload all the what we call the report, the test report, all inside your platform. Then the product, okay, let's say this is a product, we put here the report number, the date accordingly. Okay, we will upload it accordingly for you. Okay, then this is what I will see. Company can actually know the statistic from here about how many consumer. Okay, purchase is purchase, but scan is scan. At least people know. They're keen to know. Hey, what is this? What is this type of product? They will scan and they will know. Okay. So these are, for instance, I show you inquiry location, inquiry time. Okay, why is it XX? Because it's outside of China. Okay, we did it in Malaysia. That's why. Which batch number people actually scan it? Okay, this is in Beijing. Somebody scan. You will know exactly the time. Okay, and where. So this is the what consumer will see. Consumer will see your product label, your corporate qualification, your circulation, the information, your plant audit, okay, the detection report, all the related statements, okay, and also whether it's a real product or not, integrity information, and all this. So this is what consumer will see. Just I show you what you will see as a user. This is as the consumer. They will know the company information actually is promoting your company as well. You can look in your pictures, the articles you want to write, and the company's profile pictures and so on. It will actually show in the small stickers. So it's also like a branding, you know. At the same time, this is a testing report. What you can see that this is test item and eligibility. Okay, whether it meets the national standard. Okay, we will actually put there. Okay, it meets the national standard and so on. Okay, before I end my session, because I've been talking and talking, let's take out your phone, every one of you. I'm sure every one of you, for those who are not familiar with WeChat, you can use any QR scanner apps will do. But I am very familiar with what we call this WeChat. Just scan the QR code. Okay. And everyone trying to scan. Okay. Can you see that? Okay. Once you scan, you actually go into our CAIQ traceability platform. Okay. I hope you all see what you can see here. Okay, you can click in all like the 产品标签, you know, 企业资质, or your phone can automatically set in, because my phone is set in Chinese. For those your phone is set in English or other languages, you can actually scan and see that. Okay, so you can see that we just give some example. These are all some of the products. Okay, another one you can scan on your right as well. Okay, these two stickers I'm actually giving you as an example because one is for the different type of category. This is for prepack the food, okay, as a solid beverages, 固体饮料. Okay, another one is actually aquatic agricultural products. Okay, so this is the information you can actually get from here. Okay, let's go in. I think that's about it from me. I hope I have shared you some information that you need to know. Any questions you can leave on at the chat room. And Joe, I pass the floor to you. Thanks. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Ching. And I think today we learned a lot, especially when you talk about food, there's a lot of different categorization for food. So, okay, wait, just let me move to my next slide. Okay, all right, we have good news for everyone here. So if you are planning to do export for your product to China, do engage with us now, because if you engage with us now, you will be entitled for this free of charge local testing for basic nutritional labeling, as well as we will give you a consultation for your product, for your specific product. So if let's say just now Dr. Ching has mentioned like food itself, you can categorize it into pre-pack, you can categorize it into frozen, and some even categorize into supplements. So we give you preliminary consultation based on your specific product. So how do you get this offer is that you can scan this, or you can click on the link that I'm about to put in the chat box. 1 second. Just let me quickly put the link in the chat box. Okay, can you see the link? Yeah, that's right. So just my personal opinion I would like to share with everyone is that if let's say you are really planning to venture into the China market, I believe that there is a lot of legal compliances and requirements that probably not all of us might be familiar with. So it is best that we can get the professionals to do it, the consultants to do it for you, so that you can fully focus onto your business. So scan this if you would like to entitle for the free gift, or you can click on the link in the chat box. Yeah. So I will move on. If you didn't manage to scan it, you can click on the link in the chat box. Okay. Just a very brief information that I would like to share with everyone, because just now Dr. Ching has mentioned that for you to export to China, one of the requirements is also HACCP for your manufacturing plant. So what is this HACCP actually? Okay, HACCP stands for, as you can see, it's called Hazards Analysis Critical Control Point. And then the H stands for hazards. And hazards means that the hazard or the poisonous thing that is in your food, or the hazard in your food that endangers your consumers. And analysis is the analysis. A stands for analysis for the potential hazards. So once we analyze and we find the potential hazards, we need to take action, preventive actions or control measures in your production in order to reduce the hazards in the production process into an acceptable level. So this will sum up the remaining CCP, which is a critical control point, such as your manufacturing temperature, pH conditions, and possibility of cross-contamination, etc. So HACCP is Hazard Analysis Critical Control Point. So who should apply for the HACCP? Basically, anyone from farm to fork. Doesn't matter whether you operate from the farm, the food supply chain, or you work in the retails, supermarket, restaurants, or even if you are food transporter, food packaging. Okay, basically everyone in the food supply chain can adopt this HACCP into their company. So the HACCP consultation progress goes like this. Firstly, we will start off with planning. We will plan and meet your timeline. If let's say you want to get your HACCP certified within this period of time, we will plan it according to your timeline, and then we will provide training, guide you, and work hands in hands with you in your stage 2 documentation. So once all this is done, we will need to ensure that you have smooth implementation in stage 3. So your implementation will take some time because you need to let the manufacturing run maybe for several months. Then once it is ready for audit, the certification body will come in to audit you, and then we will come in to provide you post-audit support as well. So these are some of the stages for the consultancy progress. As you can see here, this progress could probably take about 6 to 8 months just for the HSCP alone. So if you have already want to export to China, quickly get all this certification done as soon as possible. This is my advice. Okay, so we have actually a survey question, because this survey question can actually allow us to gauge our gauge what you need more accurately. So maybe you can also take your time to help us to fill up the survey question. If you don't have any, for those who have any questions, would like to ask Dr. Ching or ask the Nexus team, you can write your questions in the chat box. If not, you can scan the survey questions. Or I will also post a link in the survey. I'll also post a survey link in the chat box so that you can also give us some feedback on today's webinar. 1 second. So if you have any questions, please write down now. I will read out the questions to Dr. Ching, and then Dr. Ching and the Nexus team will get back to you for all your questions in Q&A that we are moving on. So if you are wondering why we got so many QR codes, it's actually we are trying to, because China now, everything is also about QR code already. So if you want to go to China market, you definitely need to get used to this. Okay, so all right, if you didn't manage to scan this, don't worry, just click on the link in the chat box. I'll move on to the Q&A. Okay, let me read out some of the questions. I might not be able to do it full screen, so I think I don't do full screen. I do like this . Okay. Well, there's a lot of questions. I need to go all the way up. Okay, the first question, I think it should be from Andy here. Andy is asking, hi, good evening, Dr. Ching. What happens to those containers tested positive at the China port?
Sorry, Joe, can you repeat again?
Yeah, he says here, what happens to those containers tested COVID positive at the China port?
Okay, yes, I saw that question just now in chat box. Yes, okay, it is already in an announcement from China to say that if your container is tested positive, what they will do, the first thing, they will immediately inform the local authority, okay, the local authority, and then they will actually have the right to whether to destroy it, okay, not to return to you, unless the authority here and there achieve the mutual agreement to say that, okay, this container is safe enough to pull back to the country of origin, or else they already stated in their announcement they have the right to not to return to you and destroy it. Yeah, I hope I answer your questions. Yeah.
Okay, so they will confiscate basically. They have the right.
Yes.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Ching. Let's move on to the next question. It says here, hi doctor, why certain nutraceutical ingredients can be fast-tracked to get approved? Like what you mentioned, spirulina, CoA, Q10.
Okay, because when this under fast track, once it's under fast track, that means you have to comply accordingly to the dosage, to allowable and things like that, because I already come up with the standard. Okay, because if there's no standard yet, then you cannot go through the fast track. Once they have the standard for this product already, as long as you comply accordingly, then they will just register it and it will get fast track. That means you may not need to go through all the animal testing. You do not need to go for the clinical trial and so on. So that is why I explained the fast track. Yes.
Okay, I'll move on to the next question. Hi doctor, if my company does not have HACCP, can I export to China?
There is no that depends on your product. Yeah. Okay, depends on your product. If let's say your product, if you are under the category that do not require a compulsory HACCP from exporting countries, okay, then you do not need to. but you must be able to show all your product sanitation SOP, okay, SSOP, all the risk assessment, all the requirement, just like HACCP. Although it doesn't have the HACCP certification, but you must be able to identify like the critical control point. How do you actually to make sure that it is hygienic, this is sanitized and is clean. They will require you to submit accordingly, like those documents that you want to for your processing plant to be able to carry out the schedule for your sanitation and all this. Yeah. Okay.
Okay. I'll move on to next question. Says here, how if brand name and product name trademark get rejected in China, the product cannot be sold in China?
Okay, that what they are saying here is your product is not able to trademark in China because you try to trademark is is not able to be registered. Okay, it is not to say that you cannot sell in China. You have to bear the risk that you might be that the local or anyone who owns the same brand name that because you cannot register because somebody already registered earlier, isn't it? So that person may actually file a lawsuit against you, saying that you are actually using their name and things like that. So it's not to say that you cannot, yeah.
Okay, I hope that answers your question just now. Okay, move on to the next question. Hi, doctor. Good afternoon. What is the use of traceability sticker?
The use of traceability sticker. Okay, the use of traceability sticker firstly is to show compliances, assurance. At the same time, is also a branding for you. Okay, as I mentioned just now, you will be able to get the data. So data is another one. Okay, for your side, I mean the benefits to you, why you want to work on this traceability system. If there are certain products is actually a mandatory that you need to be able to show. Okay, if those under the category are optional, and then you will be able to get the branding because your product is compliance and the assurance on it. And then another one is the for your data as well. You will be able to collect the data. Okay, and then for those actually we have statistics to show the products before they have traceability stickers and after they have traceability stickers, the sales actually increase not less than 30%. Not like less than 30%. The sales increase. Yeah. Okay.
Okay. The next question is, hi doctor, can you share with us about the lead time for the registration for food and the lead time to get the blue cap for supplement?
Okay, food is easy. Okay, as I mentioned earlier, you don't even need to have a CIQ number. So basically, it's based on the test. Okay, based on the testing, as long as you compile accordingly or with the requirement for the labeling, nutritional labeling, ingredient, as long as you do not need to change your formulation. Because sometimes when you submit to us, everything is good. From your side, you think it's good, but by it's actually certain ingredients have exceed certain dosage. You might want to adjust and accordingly. Or if everything is clear within one month, you will be able to settle for pre-packed food. Okay, but for the lead time of the registration as supplements, again, even under supplements category, there will be whether there is any herbs involved. Okay, if your supplements is in the forms of vitamins, minerals, and so on, then it's different. But if your product is under herbs, extract of herbs, okay, but because Malaysia, we have a lot of extract of herbs, then we have to check whether the extract is from the origin of the herbs that is able to export. That is first questions. Okay, the second question is whether this product is generally recognized as safe in the exporting countries. So all this we need to compile accordingly. So for the product which is very, I mean, even in the health supplement, if not under the fast track, at least 9 months to 12 months for if you are in the category of more general. But if your product go into very specific, that there are certain herbs that you need to go in, that China, they might require you to carry out certain clinical, not clinical, animal testing. Yeah. So that will be take 12 months to 18 months or even longer. That depends. Yeah. Okay.
Okay. The next question is, Hi, doctor. We would like to know if China sets
Acrylamide.
acrylamide
Yeah.
limits for food products.
Yes. There's yeah. But I can't remember how many ppm and so on lah. Yeah. But there is. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Next question is from Katie. Hi, doctor. What are the specific requirements or qualifications for prepacked food to export to China? Can you help us to get it?
Yep, I'm looking at this question from Katie. Yeah, Katie, the product under prepacked food, if your product is basically your labeling, have to comply accordingly. Okay, your ingredient review, okay, your all the nutritional labeling and so on. Then that's all you need. You don't have to register also. I mean, you don't need to get a CIQ number and so on. If it's under prepacked food, yeah.
Okay. Next question is this from Ko Yun Yi. Doctor, could you provide the optional nutrients for snack?
Again, snack is a very, very huge range, you know. If your snack that involve fruits or something, then we might do a microbial test as well. So if your snack is under puff, like, you know, what we call that, our biscuit type of product, confectionery type of snacks, then that's different. Yeah. So you please reach us back later. Then, as we mentioned earlier, we have a product-specific consultation for you. Yeah. Then maybe you can show us some of your product. I mean, what type of snack you are talking about here? Yes.
Yep. That's right. Next question is from Chun Kim Leong. Doctor, is edible bird nest manufacturer that has musty eligible to export to China?
Okay, this is a very good question. Is you need to comply according to Malaysia export requirement first. Okay, so Malaysia export requirement for edible bird nest is not only musty. You need to have veterinary help. Okay, again, edible bird nest here. Are you talking about RUC, the raw clean or bottle? Yeah, because you just give me the question edible bird nest. If you're just under raw unclean, then you have to be under GBHP, DBS as well lah. And if you are under the raw clean, then you are under DHM. Okay, so if you are talking edible bird nest under bottle, but you still have to get the DBS to approve it. Yeah, so edible bird nest is definitely under DBS here. Yeah.
Okay. Next question is, hi doctor, may I know non-dairy creamer contains in product, is it prohibited to enter to China?
Non-dairy creamer contained in product. Okay, for instance, I give the example because it's from Nico Hing, so I don't know from who. Okay, so I guess the non-dairy creamer, maybe you are talking about in drinks, like 3-in-1 drinks. Okay, no, it's not prohibited to enter into China, but currently, if your non-dairy creamer maybe from farm-based, so one of the compulsory tests you need to do is trans fat. Yeah. You need to declare as long as your trans fat doesn't exceed the limit lah. Yep.
Okay. Next question from Ding. For the new requirement that enforced on the 1st of 2022,
yeah.
Company needs to register their product with China authority. Does it apply to the product shown on Article 7 or apply to all types of food, including those are not listed?
Only for those listed in Article 7. For those in the category not listed in the Article 7, you don't have to go into the registration with the China authority. Yeah.
Okay.
So mainly it's more like you are talking about the other types like prepacked food and so on lah. Yeah.
Okay. We have this one. I think it's a repeat question. How if the brand name, product name, trademark got rejected in China, the product cannot be sold in China?
Where again? Sorry, I can't see where is the questions.
Yeah. It's by Nexus TAC.
Okay, yeah. How if brand name and product name trademark get rejected in China, the product cannot be sold in China? I think I answered that questions earlier, right? Yeah, you actually take the risk. You can still sell in China because if your distributor are willing to sell for you, it's okay. But you actually stand the risk because if the brand is owned by someone else. Yeah. Okay.
And then we have one last question. Hi, doctor. Where can we check the dosage of certain ingredients? Example, herbs allowed in food.
reach back to us. We will maybe share with you the list as well. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So this is from Chan. So maybe we can contact you personally and we can let you know what is the dosage for the certain ingredients. Okay. Next.
I saw one from Leong Chong Kim Leong. You say raw. Okay, right. I think it's about the bird nest just now. So your raw means raw unclean bird nest lah. Mao Yan, right? Yeah. Mao Yan, then you need to get DBS, get your GVHP there. Anything yin what you have to get from DBS, Jabatan Perkhidmatan Haiwan. Yeah.
Okay. I think there's still more question coming in, although we are a little bit over time, but no worries, we'll get every question. Hi, Chong Kai, doctor. As you mentioned that the product contains palm oil, we need to declare trans fat in the NIP. Any other special example for this?
Any other example for this? One of the very common example is like coffee 3-in-1. Yeah, even if you think coffee 3-in-1, normally you don't have to declare, right? But if you contain anything palm fat, then it's compulsory, you need to declare. Yeah. It doesn't matter whether you declare it locally or not. It doesn't matter. It's just that on the product that you want to export, but they allow you to stick the white color sticker. Yeah. So we actually will do accordingly and then give you the design of white color sticker. You can just stick on top of it. Yeah. Okay.
And then this question is from Chloe. Hi, doctor. Inside this CAIQ QR code, there's product authenticity. So if my company have my own platform or website for product authenticity, can it link it to? Will we be able to link?
We will work it out for you accordingly. Let's see whether yours can be linked to ours. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Just now, I think this one, the last question is referred to the non-dairy creamer.
Yes. Non-dairy creamer. Yes. Coconut products. Yes. A little bit of just talking about these coconut products, right? There's a very, sometimes we try to translate things that we think is more to our own understanding. Like I give you an example in Chinese. I'm sorry for those who don't understand Mandarin. Like when we translate that coconut-based product, like our santan, our coconut milk, so we sometimes always will translate to become ye nai and things like that, right? But actually, there are certain wording that we have to be very, very careful and accurate, because we will need to that just like our Malaysia Food Act, you have to reach a certain amount only, then you can declare as that type of product, isn't it? So the once you have the words like nine, right, then there might be certain we will do it for you, but accordingly, you have to be very careful. These are the things, because sometimes when we do the translation here, I notice a lot of customers that we have, when they do their translation, so they will just translate according to our understanding. Okay, I give you an example, very simple. 牛油, 牛油, right? It's actually beef tallow. It's not butter. Butter is called 黄油, things like that. So these are the wording, Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Dr. Ching. I think that's all the questions for the Q&A. And I believe that a lot of you have learned a lot of new things today. So once again, we want to thank you that Dr. Ching has been sharing this valuable information for us today. So we are coming to an end. So before we end, we just like to share some of our future webinars. So for September, we have a webinar also entitled Environmental Health and Safety Legal Compliances for Manufacturers. So remember to join us. You can actually just scan and register now if you want. The QR code is right there. And in October as well, we have another webinar for exporting to China. It's actually entitled Tips for Export to China, a Complete Guide. And it's also by Dr. Ching as well. And in December, we have Using Technology for Your Business Growth, which is talking about digitalization of your businesses. So we thank you for joining us this afternoon. And you have any inquiries you didn't get to ask during the Q&A, please feel free to contact any one of us. You can see the contact numbers in the screen right now. And you can go to our Facebook page as well. And yeah, thanks for joining us. And please give us a follow on our social media platform. And once again, thank you, Dr. Ching. Thank you, everyone who is here with us this afternoon. We apologize for some of the minor inconveniences. We hope that you are able to learn something with us, and remember to engage with us so that we can give you personal preliminary consultations regarding your product. And we hope that you have a great day ahead. Thank you, and